With all these information. Very good. שלום שלום לכולם. מה שלומכם? צדיקים, צדקות, how are we? There we have got, מה זה? StreamYard? Is that a name?
Where?
Alongside the...
No.
What is that?
This is the
these are the... Okay. Odetta? Is a name, נכון? Odette is Santi Bapa and Yasharal Yohanan. Welcome to our limud. We've been suffering from cold. It's cold here in Israel. It's winter time, particularly in Yerushalayim. But Baruch Hashem, all is well. I believe you are all well. Again, it's our custom to study halacha or halachot according to Ben Ishchai. We have got a specific Masorah or Mesorah. Not that other Mesorahs are not important. They are much as important as ours, or the Mesorah that we are following. And what I have learned from my master, Rabbi Pinchas, Eliyahu Shabai, is that you have to learn from a Chacham or a rabbi, of course, Chachamim, who have got really a Masorah. A Mesorah. We've got Mesoret. If you're not, it's a wasting of time. He didn't say that. That's my addition. It's a wasting of time because, we do not want it to be on the other side of Torah, although everything is in the Torah, but we do not want it to go that side of the pyramid where the Torah has designated us, meaning Bnei Israel. Halachot according to Ben Ishchai. Last time, well, not last time, but before yesterday, we learned halacha Dalet that deals with a Kaddish and all the halachot that we have learned previously from halacha Aleph to Dalet under Parashat Truma. They are all dealing with the mincha of Shabbat. Mincha of Shabbat. And we have learned in the previous halachot how important, how one should be careful, and how one should strive either to be called or to be one of the three aliyot on mincha of Shabbat. Not because the aliyot of other days are not important, like tomorrow. No, they are important. Not because the aliyot of Yom Sheni, Monday, because those are the days through the course of the week. According to halacha, we are supposed to read the Torah. Supposed to read the Torah. We take Torah out on Yom Sheni and the Yom Chamishi and on Shabbat. But this one of Shabbat, Mincha Shabbat, is more paramount according to the halacha that we have, all halachot that we have learned. We continue where we left off yesterday, before yesterday. Just to recap, just to sensitize you in order to follow the sequence of the idea of the halacha. It speaks about Kaddish. And when it is when you are not supposed to recite Kaddish, and when you should recite Kaddish, I have dealt much more, I have given a much more a detailed introduction to this specific halacha. So, without much wasting of your time, as a matter of fact, when you learn Torah, there's no such thing as wasting somebody's time, because you are not doing me a favor, you are doing yourself a favor. Because if you wanted to live a meaningful life in this journey, people call it life, but our sages said, no, it's not life. Because, give you a hint, what is life in Hebrew? Chai, right? Only 2 letters. Only 2 letters. It sounds very simple, but it is not. Why am I saying that? Just to give you an idea. Because even the halachot that we are dealing with now talks about all they are under Pasha Chaye Sarah. Starting the same word, Chaye Sarah. When you look at these 2 letters, what does it remind you of? We have got 22 Hebrew alphabet, excluding 5 that are coming only at the final, at the end of word. There are 5. Deeper than that. If we look at this, say for example, just to give you a hint, the 22 Hebrew alphabet, the rest of the 10 letters, meaning from Aleph to Yud, right? They are dealing with the upper kingdom. They are not really of this realm called the world of Assyria, and the extension of the world of Assyria. They are of the malchut of the Olamot Elyon, the upper world. The rest of 10. So, in other words, when Abraham is told to go Lech Lecha, go for yourself, where is he referred to? Literally, we say, the land of Canaan. Yes. According to what I have learned from my master, Rabbi Pinchas, the idea of the concept called Canaan, the land of Canaan, you find it in every world. You find it in every world. But when it says Lech Lecha, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is directing, although he's hinting to Abraham, not Abraham, but Abraham. He's hinting that the world of Atzilut, the lower part called the Malchut of that world. That is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu was hinting. That your life, because the Torah says, it's only there where you will have you go for yourself. What does it mean I should go for myself? Because your happiness and your true life is only here in this world, the world of Atzilut. Because everything that is under here, all the subsequent world that are under this world, Atzilut, Those are the ones that are called the tree of death. So the true life, chai, is there. I don't know why I brought that one up, but yeah. I'm sorry for my voice. Sorry for my voice. I will come back to still to that. The page of the halacha that we are going to learn. Halacha hey. Again, we are talking about hey. Careful about the numbers. Why? Because because hey, the gematria value is 5, which means a lot of things. So maybe before I go to halacha, why did I first start with the way the chai? So the gematria value is 18, but it is more deeper than that, just 18. Because when you look at for example, the cohort of the 2 letters, what do we have? Ma? Oh, yes, Rabbi Ishai. What did you say? You whispered. Exactly, yes. So in other words, you have got 14 cohort behind these 2 letters. What is 14? When you look at, for example, your hand, which has got 5 fingers. One hand, all the bones in your hand, they are 14. 14. It goes beyond that too. It's not a subject of now. Just remember, we are not dealing with this life. This level of we are dealing with this level of existence, but the ultimate goal is the spiritual, what we call the spiritual world, because it's where our true essence is. It's not where we have been relegated to, and the condition to believe that what I'm seeing, that is all there is. No, it's a delusion. It's an illusion. What you see is not a real stuff. So when you will learn halacha, for example, understand what is behind all these halachot. It will give you an insight for you not to be trapped in what is going on in this level of existence called a corridor, according to the Mishnah. Prepare voice precisely. We go according now to halacha hey. It reads as follows in Hebrew first, and then we go to translations. It reads as follows: Tzarich להיזהר בתפילת מנחה דשבת קודש ארבע. One has to be very, very careful. Very careful when it comes to tefillah. When we speak about tefillah, we talk about Amidah. The rest is just the rabbinical here and there to prepare you to end the world. You remember in my previous limudim or shiurim, I have indicated as to the body of a person is paradigmed or is paralleled to it's paralleled according to 10 Sefirot. And when you are praying, understand and know exactly that very moment where you are, in which world you are. Because if you misbehave in tefillah, what do I mean by misbehaving? Chipping, moving around while others are praying. Moving things. Be careful, your conduct. Because you are not simply where you think you are. You are far from this reality called the physical. So it says, be careful, be careful. שיש בה אליות גדולות למעלה. Hey, this very specific passage is not in the English translation. What does this one say? שיש בה עליות גדולות למעלה. Because mincha of Shabbat, it's more elevated. It's more elevated more than any other thing in a spiritual world. Remember, I have emphasized severally that mincha, according to Ben Shai, that is the precious time for grace. And it looks that from the explanation of Ben Shai, it looks that mincha is a chotem, is a seal. Why am I using it as a seal? Because you have received a loft portion, or not a loft portion, but a higher soul. Because if you keep Shabbat properly, on that very Shabbat, keep it properly, that very Shabbat, when you seal it properly with your kavanot in prayer, that is the Shabbat that will give you energy to cope with the following days of the week, the whole. If not, the opposite will be the truth. How so? Ben Shai, in the previous halachot that we have learned, he said, the 6 days are very hard. Why? Because they are full of dinim. So, I'll read it for information and we will explain further. ואף על פי שיש סידורים שכתוב בהם ומי כעמך Israel. I will explain that because Ben Shai is also explaining about a different sidurim that seems to write, or that seems to have different version of this very pasuk. The pasuk that we read when we are in the Amidah. Nachon? Is it when we are in the Amidah? Mi chamocha, yes. Yes, I think so. Nachon? Nachon? Not yet, Nachon? Okay. תודה רבה צדיק, תודה.
No, we talk about mincha, right?
Yes, mincha. I think it's in Amidah.
Yeah, it's Amidah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I know that it should be in Amidah.
Maybe.
Ma?
Yeah.
Should be in Amidah. תודה רבה צדיק. Yes. Okay. Yes. No. No. Should be somewhere here. No.
Sí.
Micha Mocha. I'm looking for that passage. I'm looking for that passage.
Maybe it's in the Nenvi. No.
No. Rabbi Shai, where did you see it? You saw it? Yes, או ספר כאן? או ספר? What is going on?
It's an Arvit before the Ket Shema.
Huh?
It's an Arvit.
No, it cannot be on Arabic.
We say Mikamocha on Arvit.
Yeah, but not this specific one. Because this specific one is dealing
You
with
sure it's
Amida.
Mikamocha?
It says,
Mike Amecha.
yeah,
Not Mike Mikamocha. It's not the same thing.
no, Rabbi Shai.
No?
What I'm saying is,
Kamcha Yisrael.
yes,
Kamcha Yisrael.
Amecha is
yes.
it's Amecha, not Amecha.
I didn't say
Yeah.
that.
Here you go. Kamcha Yisrael.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Mike Amecha.
yes. It's what I have read.
I heard Mikamocha.
No, I read exactly what he has said by
Okay.
Ben Shai. So here, okay, it's exactly on Amidah. There are there's different Sidurim we find there, probably it's according to Minhagim. They've got a different of that specific passage. And now, Ben Shai continues by saying, Ha'ikara tzarich lomar, ki amcha כישראל. וכמו שכתוב בשלם הגיגה. It's another way, he's giving different sources, how other halachic authorities have taught. וכן כתוב בספר יד הארון. Again, the same thing. בשם, quoting it, another halachic authority, Yaakov. צמח בנגיד ומצווה, again, the same thing. וכן הוא בסידור רבנו. הרשש, again, quoting the great rabbis, particularly Rashash was one of the Mekubalim, and they served as a Rosh Yeshiva in Bethel. He lived 18th century, I believe, 1800, somewhere there. And well, he was a Rosh Yeshiva of Bethel, where my master has studied. So he's of Sephardi minhag. המניצה איתנו ומלשון שאר הכוונות. Again, here Ben Ishai is making reference to his master's teaching in שאר הכוונות. שיזכיר כי עמך ישראל. אין מזה הוכחה כלל. ואמרתי בסייעתא דשמיא, דגרסה של כישראל היא נכונה יותר, ילקי בשלב כתיב כישראל ובדרי ימים. בישמואל בית, sorry, I beg your pardon, בישמואל הנביא, second Shmuel. Ben Shai is comparing two different versions of the same passage. We will see based on Hashem. ודברי עמים כתיב ישראל. לכן נראה דשפיר כתוב מר יעקב. צמח זר צריך לומר כישראל, משום דזהו פסוק דנביאים. וכיוצא וזה מצינו באמירת מגדור ישועות. מלכו ברכת המזון ובשבת אומרים, מגדול כמו שכתוב בענבים ובכל מגדיל, כמו שכתוב בכתובים. Let's see the translation. So far, the only difference that I saw is when, not Ariya Kadosh, but Ben Shchai is saying, Yesh ba Eliot. What did he say? Yesh ba Eliot Gadol Lemala. That's the only difference I see, but the rest of the translation seems to agree. It says, it is important to exercise a great care over the Mincha prayer of Shabbat. Although some Sidurim give formula, in Amidah is Mi ki Amecha Israel. The correct formula is Mi ki Amcha ki Amecha ki Israel. He gave the same references as I've mentioned before. Hagiga, cited by Rabbi Yaakov Zal. In the Haggadah, Umitzaveh, also in the copy of Siddur of our teacher Rashash Zal, which I have in my possession. Even though the Shah HaKavanot has the formula, Mi ke Amecha Israel, this is not a substantial evidence at all of the correct formula. I deduce support for the formula Mi ke Amecha Israel, ke Israel, because that is the exact word of scripture in 2 Shemuel chapter 7, as you can see there in the page. And although there is a verse in a Dviarmim, how do they call it? The Chronicles. Yeah, the Chronicles. First Chronicles, chapter 17, as you can see there, with the wording, Mi ke Amecha Israel, the verse cited in the prophet is to be preferred. Why? A similar instance may be found in the usage in Birkat Hamazon of the verses in 2 Samuel. Migidol Yeshuot Malko is a Tehillim. Also Tehillim. Magdil Yeshuot Malko, in which the verse cited in the prophet is used on Shabbat. And the verse cited in the Hagiographa, Ketuvim, is used in weekdays. What is he saying here? We know that the Tanakh is divided into 3 divisions. We have got the Torah, no, not the Torah. What's that? I forgot now the word. 3 divisions. You have got 5 books. No. You have got 5 books. Yeah, it's called the Chumash. Torah Shebechtav. Right? And then you have got the Navim. And then you have got the Ketuvim. 3 divisions. Not Ariya Kadosh. Ben Shchai is saying what the prophet have written, that he should do, that should be the one that should be preferred. That in itself, he says, if it is written in the Ketuvim, by implication, this is not what he said. This is my deduction. If it is in the Ketuvim, but it's not written by the prophet, maybe the halachic authority would have suggested otherwise. But for now, what have been said by the prophet, that is what should be preferred. Why that should be preferred, and what is that preferred? That's exactly what he deduced, comparing it to what others have written, including his teacher, Ari HaKadosh. His teacher, or his master, in the book Sharei HaKavanot, Ari HaKadosh did not write exactly the way it is written in the prophet. He didn't. But he did not also repudiate it, or he did not invalidate what his master said. He only said what the prophet have written, it should be preferred. So, are we saying that Ari HaKadosh it was an oversight from Chash v'Shalom? No, he has got his reason. That's why halacha, be careful, it says, be careful to say, I like this, I like Devarim. This is the book that speaks to me. The Midrash says, don't say that word. Don't say that word, because they are all Torah. There is no one that is more higher than the other before Kadosh Baruch Hu. They were all said by Chachamim. So, dear friend, on halacha, we end here for today. And Bezrat Hashem, if you have got any question, please do not hesitate to send us your question. Or maybe you have one already. No. So, Bezrat Hashem, we will come back to you with Kadosh Baruch Hu will give us the wisdom to answer your question on halacha. So we go to our mini limud. Much time has been spent now on expounding on this specific halacha, which is worthwhile because, as they say, our rabbis are saying, halacha is the body of the Torah. Without knowing halacha, things may become even tougher. You may even, as they say, oh, we are serving God, we are serving God. Oh, you end up serving the other side. So you have to follow the advice, the teaching of those who preceded you before. So we have been dealing with, no, not that we have been dealing. The Pasha of the week is Truma. Is Truma. And through the course of the week, I dealt much more, or I teach, or I devote my shiur from the book of Ari HaKadosh, the teaching of Ari HaKadosh, Sefer haLikutim. Truma. What did we say last time? Just to refresh our mind. Ari HaKadosh started introducing us to let me get it properly. Ari HaKadosh started introducing us that Teruma is the aspect of feminine principle. And he led us a little bit further. And he said, this feminine principle seemed to incarnate as Leah and Rachel. And they went on to say, this is indicated by the two hay of the name Havaya. And then we saw the name Havaya, that you have got it, two letters of feminine principle and a masculine principle. And the masculine principles, they are all, I mean, not all, they are both preceding the feminine. What does that mean? We didn't answer the question. It was a question from me because I'm also learning. I wanted to know what Ariakadosi is teaching me. And then we went on to say, each of these two letters, hey, the first hey and the last hey, each of them comprises 10 Sefirot. We tried to understand that. And then he went on to, he shifted a little bit, but the same principle of his teaching. He said, he shifted and said, this is also the significance of Nun Sofit, which is also signifies Ima, meaning the first hey, who is called Bina. And they went on to explain it to us. He says, I jumped a little bit. And they went on to explain, what is this Nun all about? We know the gematria value is 50, of Nun is 50. What is this 50? 50 gate of understanding, not wisdom, understanding. Ariakados went on to explain by spelling out the milui of one letter. And they explain the significance of the two nun and the significance of the verb that is between two nun. Nun and the nun shofit. If you spell it out, you have got a verb. And they said that verb connects world to world. And I have explained that. And they went on to explain the gematria value of this two nun. And they said this two nun, before he came to nun, he explained the verb is za. And the za, he said, no, za is 45. When you spell the name Havaya, because we have got four different ways of spelling out the name Havaya. The third one, from Av to Sag, to believe, and the verb, meaning 45, the spelling is not the same as the preceded ones. You spell it with alafim, aleph, 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 and then to come to 45. He explained, and he said, do not read it, ma, because the word, the Hebrew word, no, the English word, ma, not the English word. Ma in English is what? Mem hey, which has got the same gematria value as the word we have, which is Adam, of course. So, and they went on to explain and said, no, do not read ma, do read mea, meaning 100. And this is where we have left off. Now, we continue. We continue with Yadia Kadosh. The page. See, apology. Is it the same page? I will resend it. I'm glad that my master is before me. He will help me to answer the question that I had. And Bezat Hashem, I hope I will be granted the time by him to help me understand the question that I have posed earlier on. Ali Kadosh went on to say, the Olam habracha haba leolam hi beyesod kuf כמשאר 100 שערים ויברכהו Hashem. The divine blessings, or blessing, not blessings, the divine blessing that comes to the world is always associated with the number 100. That the word besod, 100 is in the verse. What verse is that? 100-fold for God to bless him. Ariakados. Let's see Ariakados. And that is in Devarim, chapter 10. I beg your pardon, chapter 26. Ariakados went on to say, Velachen, anu notnin hatruma, lechazor kol hamea לשורשים כדי שלא יתייחזו בהם החיצונים. I read the rest of it, the best of Hashem we will see. וזהו לשון תרומה שהוא מלשון הרמה. וזהו בנוקבה כי בדקור אין צריך לזה שאין להם אחיזה שם, אבל בנוק שיש להם חזה צריך תרומה. We therefore give donations. You see, this is the word donation. There are many words, Hebrew words that do not truly have a corresponding to any other language. It's truma. It's truma. Truma, we have explained what truma is. The produce of the land. The produce of the land. In order to return all the 100 to the source, to prevent the forces of evil from deriving sustenance from them. Look at what we have explained this very week. We talk about Havaya. We know the Yud, the Hey, the Vav, the Hey. But let me, what is this now? My sincere apology. I want to do this. You had, the Yud, the Hey, the Vav, and the Hey. Every rabbi of Botzina Kadisha, whenever we teach, every day, this is our base. And everything that we see or we don't see is dependent on the existence of this. Everything. So, not the last, the two letters, the feminine aspect, or that have got feminine principle, that Arya Kadosh started introducing us to. The last one, which is called Malchut. This Malchut is where everything that we see, that we experience, they are falling under all this. I learned a few days ago from my master here, Pinchas, was talking about all the 12 months of the year. They are all falling here under the last hay. Yes, this last hay, it's also the world is corresponding to the world of Asiya, the world of action, doing and making. So, and everything that we experience is under this. How so? Arya Kadosh says, we remember oh my God, I've got 10 minutes left. I've got 10 minutes left, and we will continue with the same topic tomorrow, Bezat Hashem, because I am leading this to somewhere, because we found ourselves in a world of trap, because we think that by applying or by physical accession is where success comes from. It's not. This is also one of the core of the speech of the last speech of Moshe Rabbeinu. When you increase, meaning whatever comes to you, you succeed in the land, do not attribute that to yourself. So I'm leading this very specific theme of Arya Kadosh teaching to somewhere, because it's where we are trapped. Remember, the previous passage of Arya Kadosh says, do not read 100 instead of what? Ma. This refers to the combined noun, which have got a gematria, which gematria value is 100. And the sages, the divine blessing that comes into this world is always associated with 100. And we know the 100 is also associated with the word of Atzilut, the valve. Not the Atzilut, sorry. Not the Atzilut, the word of Yetzirah, the valve. Now, Arya Kadosh here says, when we are giving Truma, we are returning those the 100, the mare. We are returning to their source. What is their source? And what is the reason? To prevent the forces of evil from deriving sustenance from them. Wait a second. I thought the what is called evil forces, they are also the creation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oh, wait a second. Rabbi El Natan Elchanan, didn't you say this very same week that you have learned from your master that when you eat, do not finish? Do not really to the last residue of what was in the plate. Don't finish it completely. Why? Because the evil forces that should at least also have a taste of it should not also complain. Didn't you say that, Rabbi El Natan Elchanan? Yes, I did so. I did say so. My master is before me. He can rebuke me if I misunderstood him. So, no, what Is this not a contradiction what Yarakato is saying and what you have told us 2 days ago? No, it's not. Why am I saying it's not? Let's look at what my master, Ariakadosh, is saying. This is why the donation are called Truma. It's not donation, it's Truma, I beg. Meaning elevation. What are you elevating? Remember that everything is from the world of Malchut. And then you give it to Cohen. To do what? To elevate. What to elevate what? The world of vegetation? Yes. Why? Because everything is a mixture. There is no anything in this world without a spark of Kedusha. And that is what the entire concept of the mission of the nation of Israel, Bnei Israel, is to elevate the world. I'm going to the conclusion because of the time. I spent too much on halacha. Papa Ishai, don't laugh at me. I know you are behind me. You only want to laugh at me. I know. Okay, teruma, meaning elevation. This is why teruma refers specifically to the feminine principle. We elevate Shabbat. We elevate everything. We elevate this here because everything is here. And everything is here. Not everything is here, but because everything is in the not in the dominion, but in the domination. No, it's not in the domination. It's embedded. That's the right word. It's embedded in the last year. That means everything requires us to elevate. It went on to say, for the masculine principle does not require this. Wait a second. What is a masculine principle? Zachor, right? The same the masculine. There's a Gemara that I just forgot now. It says the Tanaim were discussing. Look, you want to Panasa? Get male children. Because when a man or a male child is born into the world, he comes with his sustenance. But his opposite, not. It's not what I'm saying. It's in the Gemara. So in other words, the masculine principle as it's taught here does not require this. What? Elevation or what? Because when we look at the masculine principle as a whole, it's the same gematria value as the word blessing, bracha. Gematria value. For there is no risk of evil deriving sustenance from it. What he's saying, he looks at here, at this level, it looks that the evil does not derive sustenance from this level of za, ma, or yes, mea, 100. Why not? Only the feminine principle, where there is exist, requires this elevation. So I do not need elevation. What about my midot? Certainly there is I need something. But it looks from this, when I deduce from, when my deduction of this very pasuk, it says the elevation of the masculine is not the same as that of feminine. Why? My master is here. He taught me. He said, because feminine is closer to the world of Klippa. We have just learned yesterday from my master. What did, just one element, and I end. I promise I end for today. He said, who really mess up? Our world seems to, who really mess up? How did we find ourselves in this? I have got a cough. I'm tired. I'm this and that and this, all these weaknesses, all these challenges. They are all stem from two women of Adam and Rishon. All of them. So that means they are the most who are not the most. According to what I'm reading and deducing from on this passage, they are the only one who are easily enticed, easily trapped, easily conquered, easily deceived, easily lied. They are the most one. They are the most one. So therefore, they need elevation from there. They need, and my master say, hey, do yourself a favor, ladies. It's not only ladies, that's my own word, but it goes to the same thing. Do yourself a favor, get married. Do not be deceived by your acquisition. Your acquisition, it could be in the merit of your father if you are not married. But if you are married and you get, you amassed whatever you have acquired, is in the merit of your husband. It's not what I'm saying. It's written in that very Gemara that I just forgot. So, dear friend, for today we end here. We continue where we have left off. Where we left off today. Bezrat Hashem tomorrow. Thank you very much for affording me time to share with you. We will continue tomorrow to understand the nature of teruma or truma, because do not think that the Torah simply want a nice time for the Kohen Gadol, or do not want you to benefit from your, not even your energy, not even your, there's nothing that is truly yours. Do not think that way. It's a favor also for you when you give truma. Thank you very much. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen. See you.